Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel, JP's Crochet. I'm Amber, and I just want to welcome those of you that are new. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and watching my videos. I am blown away and greatly appreciated by that. And also, I want to thank all of you that keep returning day after day after day and hit those thummies and leave comments, and then those of you that have subscribed to my channel, like all that. I'm just blown away, and I thank you all so much for that. So I did not touch my blanket yesterday that I should have for my son. I have a lot of catching up to do, but I have been like, I get in these hyper focus modes, you know, on certain things, and go, well, this is what I want to work on, so this is what I'm going to work on. So yesterday I got almost 3 whatchamacallits done. I got another one of the, and I say almost because I have a third one that's in almost a completion, and then obviously I have tails that I still need to sew in. This one is really neat. I held an orange alongside the variegated, and when I started out it was like, oh, that's very Miami Dolphin. So down here I was like, it's gonna be very Miami Dolphin looking, but then thankfully it, you know, it changes colors. So this one I made just slightly bigger than the first sets that I did, which I think will be fine. I know I do this all the time. I change the sizes throughout the time I do it, and it works. So I only increased it by 4 stitches, and it obviously, you can see there's the 4, and then I had to go a few more rows. So I don't know which size I like better, to be honest, because this is a good size for like when you put on your table and you want to put something like hot on it. And so is this, but this one's almost dishcloth size. Like, it's bigger than my hand, but you can also use it to grab things a little bit better than this size. But see the difference? Like, I have more space around my hand. I don't know. And I think this would be a good size for hot pad too, so that's why it's a whatchamacallit. And it's got good texture on it that they could use it for scrubbing if they really wanted to. So I got that one done. Then, or actually no, that was actually after I did this one. This one is scrap yarn that had little bits of around. I was like, well, what am I ever gonna do with these little pieces? Like little pieces. Like, I barely had enough for 2 rows, as you can see. Almost a whole row. I'm trying to see this, if it moved. So I would have had enough for a row. Yeah, I almost had enough for 2 rows. Almost. And so this is actually, I found a way to do the not the moss stitch, the thermal stitch that worked up a little bit faster, quite a bit faster than the single crochet. The single crochet, single stranded thermal, this thing took me forever. I felt like, I mean, it still took me in 1 day to finish it, but I just feel like it took forever to finish. It looks great, and this is more of a like scrubbing dishcloth, but this thing like is so thick. Do you see how thick this thing is? It's almost as thick as my finger. But I will say, I tried to do it with 2 yarns that were like separate, like, or different, like this, you know. I tried to do it like that last night when I was on Marty's Zoom meeting. I frogged it all out right then and there, because I was just like, nope, I can't do this, because it was too busy to see the right stitch to go into. So I said, you know what, I had so much yarn I had rugged out that I needed to get it worked back into something so I could actually leave with it, you know, because I was at a church. I still had to throw quite a bit of it in my bag because things got done before I could really get all of it back into a project. But I went back and I created the even moss stitch. And so this is that size that I showed you. It's in the 24 instead of the 20. I think I'm going to go back down to the 20. They're just really flimsy. I mean, again, they can be used for whatever, but I love this stitch. It is just so cool. Just, I don't know. But this also may be that one, like the dishcloth that I use, or the pattern I use to make dishcloths, or whatchamacallits this year. Like, I think last year I did the wiggly crochet and I was in love with that. And I made a whole bunch of them really fast, you know. This is probably going to be that kind of project where I make a whole bunch of them this year and go, okay, I'm done for a year. And so next year will come around and I'll be like, what am I going to do now? Although I see myself using this stitch in other projects, not just dishcloths or not just kitchen items. So I'm not done with this. So I figured after I got done jabbering away with you, I would sit back and jabber away some more with you. But crochet on it and finish it. And then pull out my next colors scheme, whatever. I was thinking of doing a solid. Maybe try to do some solids. I do like these with the two colors together, and then you can see the that just made my voice worse. You can see the color changes within it. So yeah, I don't know. And then this one, I have a little bit left of another one, and then I have this one right here. This is the Sock Monkey yarn, monkey red. It makes the sock monkey. I toyed with making this sock monkey. I don't know, but anyway, with this one, this turns out really cool for a pattern. I was thinking of either, I think I might run it with, so my thing is these busy yarns, I'm gonna start running them with like super dark or light colors. Like it has to, if it's a dark variegated, it's gonna go a light color. But like this one, because it's busy with red and white, I was thinking instead of a white, give me this, I was gonna go like a dark red like this. That's why with this one, I am running a dark purple with this color that I have with it. It is one of the stripy cakes. I'm actually pulling from the outside from now on with these, just because. Then it just, you know, because it keeps its shape so well, like instead of pulling it from the center and then having it collapse and looking like these. So like I have those extras of stripies, and these are just like little scrap pieces. I'll probably do another scrappy whatchamacallit, but instead of doing the thermal stitch, I'm just gonna do the even moss stitch because these are too busy to do this. But I do want to try this again in solids because it is amazing in solids. I love this solid. And because this is for the house, this one right here, although I mean I think a lot of people would love this, it's really cool looking. I did experiment with a slightly bigger handle. I went to 20, I think, or did I do 15? I think I did 15. Yeah, I think I only did 15 for my handle. It's a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I like this. Now, see, that's the thing, is you should always trust the process with some designers. And I say some because not all of them are created equally. Well, we're all created equally in God's eyes, but like what I mean is creating something am not up to par with some other designers. And then there's some designers out there that, you know, they create things, but they're kind of confusing to understand. And then you get the ones that are like create great things and then they're amazing to understand. So there's, like I said, that's why they're not created equally. They don't create equally. But sometimes some of them create things that you're like, you just trust their process because it turns out right. So like this size right here is almost perfect for a hot pad, now that I think about it. If this were to be a hot pad, like it is the size of a hot pad that you buy those little sets at the Dollar Tree. You know, you get like two little pads like this and a little mitten right here. The only thing I might change is adding, instead of doing 15, I might do 12 here, just to make it a slightly bit longer. Not too much longer, because that's 15. Now granted, this is a lot heavier with the thermal stitch being, you know, there's a lot more here. But I think I'm gonna do like 12 instead of 10 chains, and yeah, and see how that is on the next one. They're all gonna be different. So, eyes are, wake them up. So yeah, these are scraps that I have that I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with those. Probably make another scrappy, whatchamacallit. I don't know why I like that name, but I do, and that's what I'm gonna stick with. So, oh, here's my leftover sock monkey yarn. So I'm gonna make one of those. And then another idea I had. So here is another one that I used. This is the one I ran with the orange. So what I might do is, if I'm pretty sure I have another one of these. I pulled them all out of here. So this area right here is getting emptied out because I'm throwing it all in this tote bag and just carrying this tote bag around with me and whipping up whatchamacallits. See, it works. So this is peaches and cream. I was thinking of running these two together. I don't like running the two together because they're both stiff. And let me tell you, running these with the I Love This Yarn is so much better because then I'm only feeling this once. Oh, do I have another one in here? Oh, I do, right here. So what I could do is run these two together. It would be very, very busy. I could try to find the same area where this color starts and see if I couldn't run the same color sequence together, but I'm just gonna run them together like that and call it a day. Another thing I need to do is, probably put this in a bag. She's starting to get a little floppy. I don't think I have any extra bags up here. My little bags. I might just use this bag. It's a little bigger than I need it to be, but it'll work. It'll work for what I need it for. To just keep it, this is the one I'm running from, so I need to keep it open. So there, yeah. And I still have some of this sugars and cream to use up. This thing, y'all, I've had this since last year, and I want to get this thing used up. I need to figure out what to run with it. It's like a blue jean, grayish blue color. It's a lot lighter in person than the camera makes it look. It's like a blue jean. I just gotta figure out what color to run with this. And if I want to run another peaches and cream with it, or make it with one of my I Love This cotton yarns. If I have anything. You know what? I could run it with white. Ooh, hold on. I could run it with a cream. That would look pretty. 2 solids. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put that in here. Eventually, all my cotton from in here is gonna go in here because I'm gonna like literally just dig through and grab like 2 at a time. 2 that go well together, obviously. So, I apologize for, I noticed yesterday, I was watching back my video yesterday. I don't really watch a lot of my videos back because I don't have time to watch my videos back and watch everybody else's videos. So it's like, I'd rather watch theirs than my own and give them the time, not me, because I can't give myself the time. You guys give it to me, and gosh, I greatly appreciate it. I have to redo this stitch because I pulled that purple thinking, oh, I need to put this up. No, it's still the one I'm running. So I gotta restart that slip stitch at the end. My nose is a little stuffy today. So I'm gonna try and remember to insert a picture right here of our backyard. We are starting a project, hopefully, fingers crossed today, getting an area done behind our garage that has been kind of not so great since we moved in. I'm trying to pull this down, but not too far. And make it not crooked. Okay, I think that's okay. All right, let me get another drink. Put this over here. Oh, goodness. These 6:15 wake-up calls every morning. Oof. And you know what? I still need to get a handful of videos recorded before the next 2 weeks are over. Because I want the first 2 weeks of December basically scheduled out, even though that's not the whole time. I won't be gone the whole time, but a majority of that time I'll be busy with my trip. So I want to make sure the first 2 weeks, the days leading up to and after, I have scheduled out so I don't have to worry about, you know, all the things on top of that. So, oh, I love this stitch so much. I don't know why. And the funny thing is it's not a moss stitch in my head, but I like it. It's weird. I need to work this up in a solid and see in like an acrylic and see if there's a way to use it in a design along with other what's the word I'm looking for? Other stitches. I also want to get myself a yarn bowl, because I find myself a lot with little things like this where I'm rolling around on the outside, not all the time, but a lot, like right now, and this thing keeps wanting to like fly out of my lap. But I love these. I have played with the idea of making like a throw. Oh, you know what I could do? I could make a blanket. If it was sitting like this and I was pulling off the top of it, it'd be fine, but it can't do that in my lap. So like, there's the cat. Right at 6:45. I'm gonna have to see if she does it every morning about the same time. She's so funny. Her food dispenses at 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. Jeez. And so she's actually locked out of my youngest's bedroom. I closed his door last night after he was asleep. Normally it's cracked open, but I got it shut all the way. without him getting up and fixing it. I honestly don't know why, because he sleeps through a lot of things, and also except for storms. But if he notices it, he'll get up and open it. It's funny. But anyway, when it's cracked, it's not any worse off than if it was shut. So I just managed to get it shut last night after he was asleep. And he obviously didn't notice it because it was still shut this morning. And I never heard it, you know, do its little open, because it has a bit of a squeak, a bit of a when it opens up the first like 5 or 6 inches, or, you know, the door opens the first few inches. Got a stuffy nose, y'all. I apologize for that. Oh, I meant to say earlier, I apologize for getting, like, when I get like this, my camera is literally sitting like about 1.5 feet or 2 feet out from the front of my chair, my knees, and a lot of my stuff sits on the floor right by my feet, so that way I'm not having to get up and disturb my phone or, like, you know, make too many field trips if I don't have to. So I always try to, each night I will make sure everything's piled up over here in this corner out of the walk area, and then by the time I'm recording this video, it's like all over the floor, and then I have to clean it up again, which is totally fine. It's worth it because I love doing this, and but I also love my husband, and, you know, want to make sure I'm not in his way, so I clean up the stuff before and after, so that way he's not walking through here and going, ugh, I gotta walk over your crap. Yes, he would say that too. So anyway, we are getting a retaining wall done behind our garage, and having a concrete pad poured on the top of it. So eventually, one day down the road, we're gonna have this extravagant backyard. No, I just am joking, because eventually we want to, like, it's a little project at a time, right? Well, I mean, this is a fairly big project, but like, it's one major project at a time for us. And so, like, next year we want to try and get our deck done to where it's done correctly. Y'all, they built our deck, and a lot of you may not understand this, and I honestly don't 100% truly understand it. But when it comes to decks and stuff, you want your decks supported by what they call, and hopefully I get this right, 6x6 6x6 wooden pieces, you know, like, what is the word? Oh, I can't even think of this. A 6x6. It's just a large square piece of wood that supports the deck. Ours are all 4x4s. And I think I've mentioned this before, but when you're out on it and anybody walks on it heavy, that's a heavier person, at least my weight or heavier, you can feel it. And it's almost kind of nerve-wracking. And it's just the wood's warping in places. It just wasn't done in a good quality way. So we are wanting to redo it so it feels a little bit more safe and secure for us and for future people. And also we want to do like a patio underneath it to where we can actually sit outside and maybe enjoy watching football games or NASCAR or something on TV, and sit outside but like be inside. So like a screened in porch kind of thing where we can be away from the bugs, and have some fans and stuff going so we can actually be comfortable in this area and enjoy some TV entertainment, or, you know, like it's just an entertainment type place where we're not in the house per se. By the way, I'm gonna squirrel. I have an amazing story to tell. I mean, it's a really quick story, but like, my nephew was up here on Sunday, and he is 4 going on 5 or 3 going on 4. I can't remember. He's somewhere between 3 and I think he's 4 going on 5 this year. I think he turns 5 in December. I think. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's younger than my youngest, and my youngest is 7 and just turned 7. I think he's like 2 years younger than him. Yeah, I think. Anyway, it really doesn't matter, but it kind of gives you a little bit of perspective on how old this kid is. But let's just put it this way. He lives in a mobile home park where it's the trailers that have the skirts around them, and they're just like those long houses, ranch houses kind of things. That they're portable kind of, but not really. But you basically rent the space that you buy the house and rent the space or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, they don't have garages. They don't park their cars in garages or under anything or in anything. Like nothing. They have little parking areas that they park in. He happened to be looking out in our garage, and I went downstairs for something and came upstairs, and he was at the top of the stairs, and he's going like this, like he's leaning towards me, and he's like, "You have cars in your house," like just like that. Just you could see his mind just went. It was the most hysterically funny thing I had seen in a really long time from a small child. Like, you have cars in your house. And then my father-in-law texted me yesterday after he had heard about this, and he goes, "What the heck's going on up at your house? You got cars in your house." Oh, it was the cutest thing ever. That laughing's got my eyes watering even more now. Oh, in my square, I've gone through both color changes, or I've gone through one color change twice now, so. You know, I am not even counting rows. I am literally just going, how wide is it? That's how wide I'm going to make it tall. How wide I'm going to make it tall. How high I'm going to make it tall. So what I do is I very hopefully carefully lay this flat. I don't know how flat it is. It's close enough. It's for somebody's house, right? Right one? Okay, so this is not measuring flat. I need a flat space. I'll stick those in there for now. Ugh. This one nose is all stuffy. Nostril, not nose. I got one nose. Lordy, lordy. It's that morning. It's that kind of morning after a Monday. Okay, we're flat. Uh-oh. Stay out. I am at, let's see, 8.5 inches, somewhere in there. Wide. I gotta do the other way too. I'm at about 7.5, so I got another inch to go. So probably about 2 more rows. Yeah, that sounds about right. That looks about right. Yeah, about 2 more rows, and it'll be back on this end where I want it to be, I think. Because the way I look at it is I started here, I chained, and then I worked my way back this way. So I would have been working row 1 across this way. So then row 2 would have went this way. So my even rows would have ended on this side. So that's how I know that I'm on an even row. Whether I know what number it is, that's the question. So yeah, oh my gosh, that memory is gonna stick with me for a long time. Just the look on his face and the way he shocked to me, like just like he had that little bit of a to him. You know that little kid lisp that they go through, that a lot of kids go through. So cute. Oh man, that was funny. Oh, and then yesterday I took my daughter to the Dollar Tree. I specifically went to one that I had bought 1 pound Premier yarn from, Just Yarn from. Oh, they only had one blue left. One blue. I couldn't find them anywhere else in the store. I didn't look on the end caps like I did the last time, but I was all over that store quite a bit because we were trying to find a bunch of fall, we were trying to find fall related, or at least she was trying to find a craft to kind of put something together to make something for a gift for her covert encourager that they do with their American Heritage Girls troop. It's the funnest thing. Everybody that wants to participate puts their name in, and one person or leader pairs up the girls, and it's kind of like a Secret Santa, but it's a year-long thing. But they're encouraging they're encouraging another young lady in their troop, or their group, their little unit, the older girls, just the older girls. They don't do it for the whole troop, just the unit that they're in. And they encourage each other through cards, gifts, something to, encourage them that they're, good people, and, to keep that they're being prayed for and all this stuff. So just to kind of, it's just fun, and it's just a great thing. And so they, encourage each other for the whole year of the calendar year that they go through. So from about September to May, typical public school year. And so yesterday we went, and she wanted to make something for her. So she was looking up on Pinterest some ideas, and I was like, look, stop looking on Pinterest, because you're going to find a project you want to do, and we're going to go to the Dollar Tree, and they're not going to have all the stuff you want there. So what we should do is get inspiration from that and go, okay, I know I can take all these things and put something together and make something else, right? So I said, let's just go to the Dollar Tree, and I should say the 5-quarter tree store, as Michelle calls it. And let's just see what it inspires us, And so she and I came up with a jar idea of putting stuff in it as like a decoration. And so we found as much as we could that was fall related within all the Christmas stuff they already had out. So apparently I got talking with the cashier guy, which I'm assuming was the manager of the store, because he said my truck or whatever, the way he talked about the store, it was his store, like he was the manager of the store. And he was saying how they were supposed to be getting like 150 boxes of Christmas stuff, and they basically doubled it and sent them way more. And so he's like, we're gonna do like a few days of this stuff and start putting Christmas stuff out, or something like that, is what he was saying. So they have a lot of Christmas stuff to go through. So a lot of their fall stuff is not out anymore. I found a tiny little section of fall stuff, but it was like napkins and plates and stuff. It wasn't useful for what we wanted. But we found some like glittery gold stuff, and like silver and fake snow, and some acorns that were covered in like a brown glitter and a gold, and a pair in a gold glitter, which was very fall, but it had the glitter on it, which was fine. It was pretty. And so she put, and they were decent sized little, not acorns, pine cones, little pine cones. They were probably about 2 or 3 inches tall, 2 inches tall, and then, a little bit around. So she put 2 of those in this jar with all the fake snow, some of the little glitter foam balls that we found, and then we put a gold flower in there, and then some multicolored lights with a battery pack that you could open the lid, turn it on, close the lid back up. And then we glued a gold flower onto the top of the lid, and it had a gold ribbon tied around it. So it was fall-ish. without being Christmas, because she still has to, doesn't have to, but she wants to do a Christmas related craft for this, for her encourager that she's encouraging. And so we'll go back and find something Christmassy for her encourager here in the next couple weeks, because the Christmas party is in 2 weeks. So they're doing the Christmas party 2 weeks from now, and then they have their mid-year award ceremony, and then Christmas. So it is quickly approaching, y'all. If y'all haven't finished your Christmas shopping or making, it is very, very quickly approaching, because Thanksgiving is next week, y'all. Next week. And that just means we are under 6 weeks away from, we're around 6 weeks from the end of the year. Which means by the time we get to the end of the year, what are we past? Christmas! Whew, I'm at 36 minutes, y'all. But I finished my whatchamacallit. So I am going to call the video here. And hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. See, now I just gotta do the handle and be done. But I think on my next ones, I'm gonna go back to doing the 20 and not 24. I think 24 is just a smidge too big. So, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget, it's a beautiful day to be kind and positive and go make something beautiful. And K&K Crochet's notification just popped up in front of my face on my screen, so I couldn't see myself for a second. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.